Isla Fire,
Isla Dawn, and
Isla Dawn, and yeah, this is why I didn't want. I don't know why you're putting us in this situation. I was trying to avoid this situation because I can't remember their names, and so now say it, bro. You want to say their names? Say it.
Isla Dawn and
Alba Fire.
something. Yeah, Alba Fire. Yeah,
I think so.
I couldn't remember
Yes,
the first name. I knew Fire.
I
but
couldn't remember their names either. But yeah, we got new tag champions. Everybody knows who they are. So now we look disrespectful as fuck.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
We spoke it into existence last week, brother. Here it is. Conor McGregor, not happening. Him and Michael Chandler. I know this isn't a UFC podcast, but we're just mentioning it here, how devastated we are.
Yeah, we got our hopes up. I got my hopes up. I know you were always saying, I don't know. It's 50-50, 50-50. But in my head, I thought, no, bro, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to watch Conor one more time.
I personally thought I'll watch it if it happens. But like, I didn't have high hopes for it that it was going to happen. But then as we start getting closer, I mean, this is in 2 weeks. Like it was supposed to happen in 2 weeks. And so as we're getting closer, I'm thinking, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to happen. And yeah, dude, oh, well, I mean, it is what it is. I told you, I personally think Conor should just retire, bro.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we talked about last time, he doesn't need a fight. He's good. Where he's leaving the UFC, he's fine. His last one got injured. Haven't seen him since. He was in Roadhouse, which I still need to watch, but
I watched it. It was all right.
It's whatever at this point. I mean, yeah, he made the comment and brought out the statement saying that he will return and everything like that. And even Michael Chandler said no hard feelings, just heal up and let's get back to it. But 303 now just went from being everyone's most anticipated UFC pay-per-view to
Yeah. Do you think we ever see Conor McGregor in WWE?
Yeah. No, okay, wait, hold on. Let me. I can see him making a couple appearances. I'll say that. I don't ever see him
like wrestling in a
ring
match
fighting.
or something.
Yeah, no, I do not see that happening. I can see him for real pulling up, especially with the TKO umbrella. But he can pull up and do something, cut a promo or whatever, just to talk shit. Especially when USA is going to be on Netflix, he'll be able to for real talk shit.
Yeah.
But I don't see him
personally.
Ever in the ring.
Yeah, I just think he's one of those people that just has too big of an ego.
Yeah,
like I personally could not see him ever like letting somebody get over on him or letting anyone act like they're giving damage. Because I feel like he'd just be that person that just takes it too serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
So,
that ego will over.
Now entertaining.
You see him putting over Cody? Nope.
Yeah, I guess I don't mean anything like that, but like we've seen some fighters be there, and and I mean, I guess if it's a special appearance, most of the time they win anyways. But I'm just saying, like, if Conor didn't fight ever again, and he still wants to be active or something, and like maybe WWE like gave him the opportunity to come and wrestle a few matches. Yeah, I just don't see him ever like going along with him even taking any damage, bro. Like I could just totally see him just not even being about that shit at all.
He'll be telling you'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
Like I just but entertaining wise, that shit would be fantastic.
That dude is a sports entertainer, man.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, episode 34, guys. We're here. We're filming on StreamYard today. We had Clash at the Castle today, which was pretty entertaining, I'd say.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it here at the end. Yeah, we'll talk about it here at the end. Where do you want to start off with today? I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
Where do you want to start off with today?
So this was a pretty light week. I mean, yeah, we had at least box office wise, we had Inside Out 2 come out. I know we were planning on seeing it.
We were planning on going to see it.
And we'll end up seeing it eventually.
I saw it did very good box office wise.
It did fantastic box office wise. Yeah. With the first Inside Out, I think was sitting at a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. I think this one right now is sitting at a 92, 93.
Wow.
Which is very hard to do. Right. But just out the gates, they did it, which is great. Starting off though, speaking of box office, like I said last week, this is an MCU podcast at the end of the day, honestly. So we got more Deadpool Wolverine news. From Culture Crave, on X is saying that Deadpool Wolverine is tracking to open with an over $200 million domestic box office opening weekend. If this happens, it would be the biggest opening for an R-rated film ever.
I fully believe it.
So that technically goes with everything we've been saying. I mean, we're not the only ones that have been saying this as far as predicting this movie will hit $1 billion. But hearing that 200 million just opening is absolutely insane. And not just that, it's an R-rated film. It's kind of harder
Right.
to do that with an R-rated film. I mean, yeah, you have movies like The Joker, you have movies like Oppenheimer, but those are catered to a very adult audience rather than when you had Spider-Man No Way Home come out. Or No Way Home come out, and that's PG-13. Kids can go in like it's perfectly fine. This one, it's gonna be a little harder, but for that to be the track, like the opening, that'd be insane.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's even more impressive just because it's a rated R movie. Like you
Yeah,
said, that a rated R already you like every movie starts here, right? If you're rated R, I'd say your starting level is already like down here because it's
yeah,
just your selective audience is just a lot lower compared to like a movie that's not rated R. So for it to be rated R, if it hits that, crazy, bro. I hope it does. I personally think it will.
yeah. I think so too. And if it does, I mean, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Then full steam ahead to the $1 billion club, which I really think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I know for us, I know we'll do our part and we'll at least see it probably twice.
Yeah, we already have our tickets for that Friday night. And my dad always talks about how much he loves the Deadpool films. He tells me all the time,
Oh,
"Oh,
really?
I want to see Deadpool. Oh, I love Deadpool." It's the same like line every single time. So I got with my siblings
So you
and I
guys are
told
gonna go with
them
them?
we're gonna take them that Sunday. So I'm gonna see it Friday with us four, and then me and my siblings are gonna take them that Sunday. For
Nice. Okay.
here's a Father's Day gift that's coming next month.
Right. Yeah, I know I'll see it twice. I don't know when, either with you or I'll go with my family or me and Teresa will go see it twice. But we'll do our part. I think it's gonna hit $1 billion for sure, man. And I think it's good. I feel like it's what the MCU needs.
Yeah, it needs it needs a win like this.
Yeah.
It really, really
Yeah.
does.
The clip that you posted about us talking about the Avengers last week, I don't know if you saw on YouTube, it did pretty well. And people in the comments were like, I saw one comment say, "Who even watches MCU after Endgame?"
Mm.
I saw one person say they haven't been able to get back on track since Endgame. I feel like $1 billion movie is what the MCU needs to get back on track.
So I saw those comments and I wanted to reply and say, "So did you not watch No Way Home?" I was like,
Yeah, that's true.
that movie almost did $2 billion. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's
at the
true.
same time, one movie isn't enough to say, after Endgame has been successful. Because no, we have been on record saying on this podcast saying that the MCU has definitely gone down in quality. They've definitely put out the quantity that with some of these shows that people haven't asked for, but yeah, some of them been hits, some of them been misses, and a lot of these movies have been mediocre. But yeah, I guess the one big shining, diamond out of all of them, which is No Way Home, isn't enough to say after Endgame has been successful.
Right, and I guess we should clarify as well that just because if Deadpool hits $1 billion, that doesn't mean that the MCU is fixed or anything like that. We're just saying that it's on the right track. $1 billion hit for Deadpool puts it on the right track to get us back in the MCU glory days.
Yeah, it gets the ball rolling on more. I don't know, like just creativeness coming with the next projects after that.
Yeah, and more hope, like more looking forward to the projects after that.
Yeah, because after Deadpool comes out, when we got Captain America in February. So,
Yeah.
if Deadpool hits and everyone knows that was MCU, that was Marvel, they're going to
Mhm.
drive to the theaters to go watch the next one, and it's going to be
I
Captain
hope
America.
so. What do you want to
Let's
get
go
to
on from
next?
that one. See, earlier I said this is a MCU one. Well, we finally got something, just something minor from James Gunn talking about DC. So recently, James Gunn was at a film festival, and I don't know if this was an interview or he gave a speech or whatever, but just talking about the future of the DC universe. And he said, "Our characters can move in and out of animation, jump into video games, or onto the big screen, but they will remain constant throughout. Same character, same history, same actor. And that's pretty much been going on along the lines of what he's been saying since the beginning, that they're really going to try to stretch this whole DC universe, and we're going to see them everywhere. So he's just reiterating it, and it's kind of, I mean, possibilities are kind of endless what you could do with that. He didn't say anything about comic books. I noticed a lot of people in the comments on that tweet I just read from, they all said he knows that comic books aren't going to be on board with that because they constantly have to have the ball rolling every week. So, that continuity stuff isn't going to fly with them. But when it comes to animation and video games and the movies, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know, man. Just anytime anything DC gets brought up, like it sounds so cool, and I feel like we've heard multiple things that sound so cool. So, like I've said so many times, it's I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
like it
how we
sounds fantastic. That sounds very cool. But like, will we ever get a scenario where any of that stuff happens? I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that, but it's like, I mean, dude, James Gunn hasn't even put out Superman yet. Like, let's see Superman first, and then we can get excited about these other things that James Gunn says.
Like I said, I'm really hopeful that we get that first trailer at Comic-Con. I'm really hopeful.
When it's July.
I'm pretty sure it's July. Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. I'm even okay if we don't even get that first trailer, like just like a little teaser of what he looks like in the suit, or the suit in action, or him flying or something, just something like that. Like it doesn't have to be a full trailer.
So the full cast, like in their costumes or something like that.
Yeah, just something like a little teaser trailer, or a little just it doesn't have to be a full trailer. I mean, are they even that far to give us a full trailer?
Yeah, they've been filming for a little bit now.
Okay.
I know on behind the scenes stuff, they keep on posting stuff about LexCorp. Like they have like LexCorp Army and like military convoy stuff of LexCorp. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, just give us like a little clip of Lex talking, a little clip of Superman flying, a little clip of him maybe about to fight somebody, something like that. I mean, that's all I'm asking. I don't need a full trailer, but I mean, if we get a full trailer, great.
Yeah, we'll react to it.
Yeah, I mean, great, but as cool as that sounds with James Gunn, like I said, I'm not trying to be negative, but I have been burned too many times by DC, dude. I've been burned too many times.
And I really think that he knows that.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think he's gonna make it right. I do think he's gonna make it right, but it's not that I don't have faith in him; it's that I don't have faith in Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing too. I mean, you have Peter Safran and James Gunn, the head of DC Studios, which we've never had. I know I've talked about this in the past. We've never had DC Studios. We've always had Warner Brothers that has DC films. But now with new ownership with David Zaslav, giving James Gunn and Peter Safran the reins to say, run it. That's just that alone was good enough to where I thought, okay, so y'all are y'all's own bosses. Yeah, obviously y'all will have to answer to someone higher than you, but y'all are still the bosses, which is pretty damn cool to me.
Yeah, that's another thing where it's like, that's great to hear. I want to see it in action. I want to see that they are actually the bosses and they can actually do whatever they want to do. And there's not Warner Brothers there in their ear making them do this and that, and then they get pissed and then they drop out. I feel like that's what we're seeing with the Blade movie.
Oh,
I feel like
dude,
that's why the Blade movie is cursed the way it is, because I think either whoever's in charge, Disney, MCU, whoever, they're trying to put something in this movie, or they're trying to portray this movie in a certain way, and it's just not vibing with whoever's directing it.
So ain't nobody directing it right now. That's, I guess,
right.
We could mention that. That is news that came out this week, is that the director dropped out.
Yeah, that's what and that's what I don't want to happen with the DC universe. And I feel like that's what's happening with Blade, and that's why we are not getting that movie, because they can just not come to an agreement on what they want this movie to be.
So I think it said that Mahershala Ali, who's supposed to play Blade in it, his lawyer came out and said something about this announcement was done in 2019. It was at the 2019 Comic-Con where Mahershala Ali came out with Kevin Feige and was like, yeah, I'm Blade, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And how was that, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's not even like it's not even like the movie hasn't released. No, the movie hasn't even shot in 5 years. Like, this is absolutely insane. Even he said, like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my professional career. And I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah. It was before COVID. I mean, that just puts into perspective how long ago that was. I mean, I know 2019 isn't that long, but it feels so long ago.
DC.
Yeah.
Before COVID.
So, I mean, dude, it's like I said, going back to the DC thing. I've said it multiple times. That's great to hear, but I just want to see the plan in action.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said earlier, I guarantee they know it, and I really hope that at least for Comic-Con, they reiterate what their plans are going to be. Hell, give us the casting for Batman. Give us some news
Yeah.
about the Green Lantern show that they're going to do. Give us the new Aquaman for the new Flash. I don't know, something, because all we know from at least the Batman Brave and the Bold is Andy Muschietti, who directed the Flash in the It films. He's a director. That's all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have all these rumors of like, this actor said they would like to be it. This actor said they would like to be it. Yeah, I mean, every actor would love to play Batman. I mean, let's be honest. Even Glenn Powell said he doesn't want to do superhero films. But if Batman
He'd be
called,
Batman.
he'd answer.
Yeah,
Like,
I think anybody would. I think anybody would.
100%.
If you're in there running for Batman and someone wants you to pick Baby Batman, I think that's an opportunity you can't pass up.
You can't.
Did you see the tweet that I sent you? I sent it to you recently here. Barry Keoghan, I hope I'm saying that right. Our Joker in the Robert Pattinson movies. He's now dating Sabrina Carpenter. Do you know who that is?
He's dating her?
Yeah, they're dating. He's in her music video.
Oh, okay.
That she just
Is that what
posted
that
recently.
image is from?
Yes. And he posted her and Harley. Dude, doesn't that kind of look legit? Like, can you kind of see the vision there? I'm not saying she'll ever be Harley, but I'm just saying, like,
shit, yeah, I could see it.
I can kind of see the vision there of what he's saying in that little picture there. I think he's just kind of like, saying that's his Harley Quinn or whatever. But I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, they're dating in real life.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a clip where she's like performing at some festival and he's like in awe over her. Yeah, they're a thing.
Nice. I mean, hell, the vision's there. Go for it. Go ahead. And was like,
yeah,
he's gonna have to convince Matt Reeves.
Yeah. Where do you want to go to next?
So moving on from the James Gunn DC stuff. As of filming today, which is Saturday, tomorrow, Father's Day. Happy early Father's Day to you, bro.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
House of Dragons is tomorrow.
I know, dude. I'm so excited. We had
we've been waiting, and now here it is.
Yeah. We had a clip do very well on TikTok, our highest viewed clip.
That honestly,
House of Dragon.
That one, because obviously we send the clips to each other, and as soon as he sent it to me, I thought that's going to be a great one, and it took off, dude. I think that's our first viral clip.
yeah. It was our highest rated clip. It was our highest viewed clip for sure
on TikTok. Yeah.
So the excitement is there. Yeah, man, I'm so excited. I mean, I hate that we're not really gonna be able to talk about it on this podcast, just because we always film, before Sunday. So we'll be too behind if we talk about it on this podcast. So I'm thinking we'll just wait till it's done and we'll talk about it. But you'll see clips from us and we'll discuss it on there on social media.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be a week behind regardless. So by the time everyone gets all their like breakdowns, like we like to watch all those breakdowns, we're gonna be a week late. So we'll try to figure that out. But yeah, just like you said, we'll post stuff like some quick reaction type things on the episodes. But with House of Dragons back tomorrow, bro, the first episode, it's 8 episodes. So it's gonna go from June 16th all the way to August 4th, which is gonna be episode 8. Whew. It's a lot.
What's crazy is 8 weeks is a long time, bro. But like the fact that we have House of Dragons to look forward to every Sunday, these 8 weeks are going to fly by. The whole summer, pretty much. The whole summer is gonna fly by.
Damn, that is the rest of the summer.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, obviously August is still summer, but like we'll be in August, and I can't wait, bro. I mean, I think Matt Smith said that they're already gonna start filming season 3 this year, which is great news.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another bit of tidbit news that came out too, is that they officially greenlit season 3, which I guarantee they knew it, but they were waiting. Yeah. They were waiting to announce that, and they officially greenlit season 3. And then for him to come out instantly and say, "We're filming at the end of the year," that's crazy.
Crazy news. That I mean, if everything goes as planned, then one would assume we're in 2024, early 2026, maybe late
Yeah, no,
2025.
no, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's gonna be early 2026. I could see
Yeah,
that
I could
because
see I
this
could
would
see early
filming would
2026.
go. Filming would
So
probably end
6
spring of
months,
next
7
year.
months. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think maybe you know what, they may wait till summer 2026 as well.
That would suck.
Yeah, but
But at least we
either
got
way,
it.
dude, the fact that we got season 3 greenlit, it's great news. I think the fact that the hype is coming back for the show, I think when the show's on, the hype is going to be there. It green lights opportunity for these other shows that are in the Game of Thrones world. And I'm so excited about that. Did we ever get anything new about that Jon Snow show? Didn't they say that we're going to get a Jon Snow show?
If I remember correctly, and our 10 listeners that actually listen to the whole podcast, I
If
think
that.
they I think they canned it. I think they canceled
Did
that
they?
shit.
Okay. I could see that
I
coming
could be
back.
wrong, but I think they canceled it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Because that was announced back when the final season of Game of Thrones was coming out.
was it really? No.
I'm
Surely it was
pretty
after, I
sure.
thought. I thought it was after. You could be right. I tell you what though, a show about Jon Snow would hit. Bro, you talk about the people that would watch that show just to get some closure about what happened in season 8 from Game of Thrones, just to
Mhm.
like see it done right, just to see Jon Snow's story end right. I think that show would be even bigger than House of Dragon.
Yeah. No, it'd be
The fact that they haven't done that, I find that so hard to believe. Like, I find that crazy.
so I'm trying to think. Okay, so I was agreeing with you, but now I'm really trying to think what you just said. It'll be bigger than House of Dragon.
I
But
think
I
so.
think you may be right just because everyone's so curious.
I think the feeling that everybody had from Game of Thrones after season 8, there was also a little bit of worry about House of Dragon because you're thinking, okay, season 8 didn't end that great. What is this House of Dragon show going to be like? And we've seen them do this show justice, at least last season. We still have yet to see this season. But if season 2 is just as good, then one would imagine, okay, now the hype level for a Jon Snow show would be even higher because you just feel like they do it justice this time.
Yeah. Have you rewatched Game of Thrones since it's ended?
So whenever I had my daughter, um, I was home for 9 weeks and I rewatched it because I was up all the time feeding her in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
So I was watching it and I got to season 6.
Okay, so you didn't finish it.
So I didn't finish it, no. But I
Damn near close.
my plan was, yeah, to watch the whole thing. I got to like Battle of the Bastards a little bit after that, but yeah, I didn't finish it. But from season 1 to like that point, dude, like I don't think there's a show better than Game of Thrones. If not for the ending that they gave us, if the ending stuck, if the ending hit, Game of Thrones for me would be the best show of all time.
Okay, so with the ending of Game of Thrones, that season finale, I'm guessing from what you just said, you weren't happy with how it ended.
No, I wasn't happy. The fact that Jon Snow went back to the wall was the biggest thing for me. The fact that Bran was the king was the biggest thing for me. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with how it ended. And if it, like I said, if it ended different, it would be my all-time favorite show.
Do you think there was a right way to end it? Because I
Jon Snow
remember,
should have Jon Snow should have been king.
Okay, because I remember before the episode aired, and this is one of those moments where I wish I posted on Twitter or anything. I remember we talked to him about it, but I remember thinking, no matter what happens, no one's going to be happy.
Well, I
No
think
matter
it's
what, because like it will be a lose lose. Because yeah, a majority would want Jon Snow to be the king, you know, but there are those others that would have said, "Fuck that." Khaleesi should have stayed. You know, she should have been on the throne.
well, I would have been okay with Khaleesi staying. That's fine. The fact that he killed her, she did go mad. So I didn't necessarily have big problem with that. My biggest thing was Jon Snow should have either been the full king of the Seven Kingdoms, or he should have been he should have gone back to Winterfell and being king there. If you don't want to, he didn't want to be king in King's Landing. He didn't want that, and that's fine. He doesn't have to be, but make him king of Winterfell. Then, if that's the case, don't send him back to the wall. This motherfucker led. This motherfucker saved mankind. He's the only one that was coming about these White Walkers and telling people that would anyone who would listen, he saved mankind. Him and Bran. Obviously, Bran was the one who Bran eventually later comes along and finds out that yeah, the White Walkers are coming. But Jon Snow, from the beginning, for the most part, was the first one that he saved everybody. I know he's not the one who killed the Night King, Arya did, but Jon Snow was the one who first started this whole shit. And then you're just gonna send him back to the wall? Don't you think that kind of warrants him not being at the wall anymore? Maybe he wanted to go, but I just think that's poor writing. So yeah, you could talk about the last season. I think yeah, you're right. Everybody has different problems with it, but it just didn't stick. I think that's fair to say that everyone can agree that it didn't stick the landing.
No, I definitely agree with that. Even for me, like, and my all-time favorite character on there was Tyrion. But at the end of it, I thought to myself, like, yeah, hypothetically, I thought "Wow, he could be king. That'd be cool too. But I think he is perfect to where he was. He
I mean, I
ended
would have preferred.
as the the hand of the king or whatever.
Yeah, I
He's
would have preferred
perfectly fine
Tyrion to
there.
be king over Bran personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like he could see everything, and he's the one-eyed raven or whatever, and that makes sense. Like from a strategic aspect, like for the king to be the person that can see when someone bad is coming, can see all the shit.
He's a
But
Sia
like,
from Vikings.
but it wasn't that way before. Like the one-eyed raven wasn't king before.
Yeah. So why would this mofo be it?
Yeah, like I don't know. I just found that whatever. But yeah, the fact that there is not a Jon Snow show after people were talking about it, I think is a missed opportunity. Maybe he doesn't
Yeah.
want to do it though. Maybe the
Yeah, I
actor Kit
mean,
Harington.
yeah. Yeah, because he's the MCU, bro. What does he need Game of Thrones for
Yeah,
anymore?
we'll see when that fucking happens. We'll see when
That-
comes back on TV.
Fuck yeah, bro. What was that on?
That was on Eternals.
Okay, yeah. Shit, they ain't doing nothing with that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the Blade movie, I guess, but the Blade movie's fucking never happening.
Yeah, that shit's just can it. Honestly,
Yeah.
just can it.
Yeah.
Say screw Blade and just give us Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
Just
that's fine
introduce
with me.
everyone
That's
in
fine with
one
me.
movie. And there goes
That's fine with
Jordan
me.
Peele right there.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the Blade shit. With that director gone,
Opens the door for Jordan Peele.
could you throw in Jordan Peele in the Blade movie?
I guess so. I mean, we talked about it. Was it last episode? I mean, it
Mhm.
kind of fits his MO.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know anything about Blade. So like seeing all this negative news about it, it more so frustrates me just because, I just think, bro, get it fucking done. Like, what are we doing? But as far as like, am I excited or do I have any attachment to Blade? No, I have no attachment to Blade whatsoever. So like, I don't really care. Either way.
Okay. I think for news and all that stuff, it's all done. Should we go do WWE?
Yeah. So moving on to WWE, we had Clash at the Castle today. It was a solid show, I'd say.
Yeah.
Crowd, another Europe crowd that just
That's right.
solid, dude. Solid. At this point, I don't think the US deserves another show. I mean, what's the last US pay-per-view? WrestleMania? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So whatever the next
it?
US show, what's the next US show? SummerSlam. Yeah, it was WrestleMania. The next US show better fucking show out, in my opinion, because these Europe shows, to me, if I'm WWE, why the fuck would I ever go back to the US for a show? I would just do I would do Raw and SmackDown in the US, and I would do all my Premier Live events in Europe.
Where the hell is Money in the Bank going to be?
Toronto.
Oh. Okay.
So SummerSlam is the next US show. Anyways, though.
In Ohio, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, show was solid. Drew McIntyre is still not the world heavyweight champion. Can you believe that? Would you have pictured Drew McIntyre is still not the world heavyweight champion? That is insane to me. Out of all the opportunities that he has had, second time main eventing Clash at the Castle, this one was actually where he is from, and he is still not world heavyweight champion. It's wild. It's wild. He's just one of those wrestlers. Like, I've never been a big fan of Drew McIntyre. He's a solid wrestler. He's improved tremendously since his first run with WWE, coming back now. But I've never been like a Drew McIntyre fan. But now it's like almost just like okay, dude, like he deserves to be champion. Like, what are we doing? He's arguably been the most improved wrestler, I would say, of 2024 with this heel run that we're getting. So like, I get it why he's not, because we mentioned before Gunther winning King of the Ring kind of threw a wrench in all those plans, because you can't have Gunther versus Drew, because we hardly ever see heel versus heel in that scenario. So once he won, we started having our doubts. We talked about it today before the match. We truly didn't know who was going to win, because we want to say Drew, but like, Gunther being there at SummerSlam just kind of puts a cloud over that. So Drew did not win. What did
And it
you
was
think
also
about
the
that
worst.
match?
It was, gosh, completely agree with everything you said, and it really could have gone either way. I just like how you said, we talked about it before the match happened. I had no idea who was going to be the winner. I think it was the worst kept secret that everyone knew that Punk was going to be involved in some way, some shape,
Yeah.
or form.
That's what sucks about social media now.
Mm-hmm.
There's truly no surprise, really.
Everyone was already saying Punk was spotted in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Like, he
The
was at the airport.
a kid posted a picture with him at a merch store or something like that.
Yeah, and there it was. The secret was gone.
Yeah.
But with that ending, bro,
it wasn't entertaining. It was a cool twist the way they did it, with the ref being CM Punk. We got that cool camera angle where it doesn't show him, but as soon as I saw the hair, I thought, that's CM Punk. I was like, that's CM Punk.
Yeah, I filmed that reaction thing and I sent it to you, and then even before they hit the 3 count, which obviously it didn't, but I was like, 1, 2, it's Punk, because that's when I actually looked at the hair and I was like, that's fucking Punk.
Yeah.
Bro.
As soon as I saw the hair, I knew that was CM Punk. I get the big picture. The big picture obviously is CM Punk said at his press conference, he's hoping Monday he'll get cleared and he'll be on SmackDown Friday. The big picture here, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk at SummerSlam, and then Damian Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam. So I get it. This rivalry between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is personal. WWE's fully leaning on it. They're making it more and more personal, it feels like, to where when they finally square off, I'm sure it's going to be intense. Like, I'm sure it's going to be
once.
Right. Yeah. Like, I fully see them having a feud where it lasts three or so Premier Live events. But that just means Drew's like even further away from the title now. Like, he's outside of the title picture for sure. So I know we kind of skipped over everything and we went straight to the main event, but I mean, that's big news. Like, CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre again, and Drew McIntyre still not getting that true title run, because he got it during COVID and everyone said, he deserves a title run in front of the fans. And especially after this heel work that he's been giving us, I agree. Like, I want to see him have the title. But he's not going to have it now. And who knows when he'll have it. I fully think the plan is Gunther having the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. He'll take that. Overall, though, the match was solid. To me, it was best match of the night. Best match of the night. Best match of the night. Damian Priest, we got to start putting respect on that man's name. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying I haven't. But like, he still hasn't been very believable as far as like main event talent guy. We got to start putting respect on his name. He had a solid match with Jey Uso, and he had a very solid match with Drew McIntyre today, especially with him getting caught in the ropes. That could have easily derailed everything. And Drew McIntyre
ran with it.
Drew McIntyre ran with it. He did a fantastic job with running with it. And Damian Priest did a fantastic job not letting that get to him. And he even sold a little. I mean, maybe his knee actually was hurt. I don't know. But throughout the match, he kept it going. Like, his ankle's hurt. Or he did his move. What's that one move where he holds him?
Like the fucking Razor Ramon shit?
He did it with
Razor's
fucking
Edge or
one.
whatever?
I think so. He did it with one leg.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre is almost 300 pounds.
Yeah. I saw that and I thought, holy shit, impressive, bro.
Damian Priest is up there, bro. He has done a great job at getting better at wrestling, getting better on the mic. he's up there. I mentioned earlier that Drew McIntyre is probably most improved wrestler of 2024 just from his heel work. Damian Priest, I think, needs to be in that discussion also because I mean, dude, he's done a fantastic job with these 2 main event spots.
Possible contender for a superstar of the year for 2024.
I mean, yeah, I mean, depending, I guess, where you go with this run, I mean, and I guess we'll truly find out if he's able to successfully be a top talent without Judgment Day. I think that's where we'll truly find out if Damian Priest is main event talent. But I'll say in these 2 spots, he has impressed me 100%. I never would have pictured him being like that. Like for me, it was always Finn. In the
Yeah.
Judgment Day, Finn is the main event guy. But Finn has
He's shown
I'm
it
sure
plenty
Finn.
of times.
I'm sure Finn has been so helpful, bro, for
Oh yeah,
Damian.
most definitely.
I'm sure traveling with Finn, letting Damian be the leader of the Judgment Day, I'm sure has helped Damian so much. But yeah, match was super solid. I was very impressed with that match.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree, especially with what you just said about Finn Balor. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have spoken on here a couple of weeks ago about how Finn is and what we know about the history of Finn. Like he has helped develop countless superstars in the past. Hell, he trained Becky before she was Becky. Like that's a thing. Like she knew him from back home and he helped train her. So I guarantee with him being the vet in the group, basically, yeah, hell yeah, start a group with let's start this Judgment Day shit. Hell yeah, let me train all these guys and elevate all of them. And if I have to take a back seat, I'll take a back seat. And he has no problem with doing that because at the end of the day, all of us fans know who the hell this guy is at the end of the day, especially whenever Damian like grabbed his face a couple weeks ago and we were like, bro, chill. That's still Finn Balor. Like you got to watch it.
And I mean, so now it just leads to what I have been saying. I think Judgment Day is going to turn on Damian. Damian is showing more and more traits of being a good guy. And I think it's if I'm a booker here, I am booking Finn Balor to win Money in the Bank. In 3 weeks. I think it's in 3 weeks. I'm booking Finn Balor to win Money in the Bank, and that will just drive that little wedge between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and it's going to slowly work its way to Judgment Day, kicking out Damian Priest and Finn hopefully cashing in.
Okay, so let's go with that one real quick. So you're saying if you're a booker, you would say Finn wins Money in the Bank. Okay.
Yeah, because he's been taking too many L's too.
Agree. So if he does win, and you're right, that whole little it'll be some,
we saw it already kind of with Damian and Finn before.
It will be some tension with them, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, if we have Gunther versus Damian, and that be the main thing for at least for SummerSlam, when does Finn cash in? Do you think it's a failed attempt at a SummerSlam or whatever, and then that's what pisses Damian off, and then that's when they get their feud, and then Gunther takes the title and goes, and it doesn't even matter about who's the champion at that point because now it's just going to be Finn versus Damian?
So I'll say this. If Finn Balor wins Money in the Bank, that means Gunther is not winning the title at SummerSlam. If Finn Balor doesn't win Money in the Bank, then I think Gunther is winning. I'll put it in those simple terms. That's the way I look at it. I don't even think Finn Balor is going to win Money in the Bank. I just don't think WWE is going to do that. But if I'm the booker, I am making Finn Balor win Money in the Bank. And then somehow, some way, Damian gets it done. Maybe Damian gives us, he's slowly starting to become a face. And then, because I think Damian and Gunther, out of those two, who's the face in that matchup?
It'd have to be probably Damian.
Yeah, I think it's Damian. So maybe Damian gives us a good face, and he maybe he finds a way. He figures it out how to beat Gunther, and then who comes running along with the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in on his teammate. I just think it would be a perfect way to kick Damian out of Judgment Day. Maybe Liv has something to do with that. We saw Finn Balor take the card. I think there's a big picture here. I don't know if it happens at SummerSlam. Maybe it'll happen further down the line. But if it were me, I would book Finn Balor to win the Money in the Bank. He's taken too many losses. We saw Seth Rollins take too many losses, and then he got a tremendous push. We saw Bayley take too many losses, and she got a tremendous push. Finn Balor, I think, has the most losses this year out of any wrestler, just like Bayley and just like Seth Rollins did. It's time for Finn Balor to get some sort of push. And so if I'm the booker here, I'm booking him to win Money in the Bank. Just
Yeah.
just because the tension that it brings to the Judgment Day as a whole in general will be,
It'd be insane.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It'll be entertaining.
Ricochet took a whole bunch of L's and he booked it. He dipped. So, let's hope that doesn't happen with Finn.
Yeah, that's not happening with Finn. I put out a clip. You speaking of Ricochet, I know we're kind of getting off topic. Clash of Castle. Do you feel any type of way of him being gone?
No.
Me either.
I'm not trying to say like in a very disrespectful way, but unfortunately, nothing was there. He's a highlight reel, which is hella cool.
He's
but
Evan Bourne,
nothing's
bro.
there.
He's Evan Bourne.
Yeah, he is.
Evan Bourne was the same fucking way. He was so entertaining to watch. But what did I ever see him as world champion? No. So like, and he obviously sees himself as world champion. So good. Go do your shit. Come back and maybe we'll see him revamped. We've seen it before. We've seen it with Drew. We've seen it with Cody. Maybe he'll come back and he'll be championship material. But right now he is not championship material. I don't want to say I couldn't care less, but like respectfully, I couldn't care less. He's gone. Great. He was entertaining. But I mean, WWE doesn't see him as main event picture. I don't see him as main event. So it is what it is.
I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, you really are 100% right. Especially the Evan Bourne thing. At the end of the day, what do we remember for Evan Bourne? He got RKO'd in midair.
Yep. And that was it.
What do we remember from Ricochet? Him and Logan. I mean, that's it.
They both did high flying, cool ass shit. But were they ever main event championship material? No. So it is now Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin is main event material. Samantha Irvin, I hope she doesn't leave because she is main event material.
What'd you say at the end of that clip? But if you take Samantha Irvin, I think we all agree we
Yeah,
gotta jump his ass.
We'll just have to because bro, he cannot take her. He cannot take her.
No.
Anyways, yeah, we're off topic here. Back to Clash of the Castle. Let's just go through the card. Yeah. So we had first match, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match. It was the first match, but I mean, I get it. They want to stay away from Drew and Damian. What are your thoughts on Cody and AJ?
Good. I expected more, but it was good.
I agree. I expected more. I guess I don't know. I guess I didn't really think about what the card was going to look like. I mean, if you were to ask me an I Quit match for the WWE Championship with Cody Rhodes, the biggest face in the company, I guess I would have said main event. But I mean, it makes more sense to have Drew in the main event picture since
100%.
I'm there. So it makes sense also that it's first. I just expected more after it was over. I just kind of thought, oh, that was it. Like, I just kind of thought there was more to come. It was solid. I mean, it wasn't like anything great. I mean, definitely not the best I Quit match that I've ever seen.
No.
John Cena, JBL still hold that card.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton, John Cena was pretty solid though as well. Yeah. I mean,
Chavo and Ray have one?
I don't remember. Did they?
It was Ray and someone.
I know Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy had one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Rey Mysterio had an I Quit match with who?
Because didn't he get his like legs caught in like the scaffolding or whatever? He was like hanging upside down or something like that.
I really don't. I don't remember. I remember the whole Chavo and him stuff, but I don't really remember if they had an I Quit match, to be honest. The second match was the tag team match. I've been wanting to talk to you about this one. So that was the second match, right? Yes.
No. Yes. Because I was going to say it was a Sammy and Chad, but no.
Tag team titles changed hands, which was very surprising. I did not see that coming. But it makes sense because Money in the Bank's coming up. We need Bianca Belair. We need Jade Cargill. We need them in the solo picture, in my opinion, because I feel like the solo picture has kind of been slacking lately. I feel like Bayley doesn't have really anybody to go against. I feel like even on Raw, Liv doesn't have anybody to go against. So I could see why they took the titles off Bianca and Jade, just to put them solo, right? But I wanted to ask you because I see people on Twitter talking about Jade's performance. We were texting during the match, and I noticed a bunch of botched moves from Jade Cargill. What are your thoughts, I guess, as far as like how Jade's progressing?
Her aura still doesn't go away. She's still her at the end of the day. But it's almost like she's just too much in her head on how the match is going to go. It's almost like
I
she's trying to remember what's next. Because I even texted you saying she kills it in the beginning. She's very smooth and it looks fine, but it's also because Bianca's starting the match every single time. But once Jay gets in, she flows, she hits her big move, she does this kind of fast. Then it starts to kind of diminish. Then you see the hesitation sometimes in some of her moves, and it's just like, ugh. And then we got that big mess up from her coming off the ropes, and from there you just saw it. It's almost like her confidence just went.
Yep. I was gonna say just perfectly like you said. You said she gets in her head. As soon as I think she never recovered after that botched spot where she jumped on the ropes. Once she fell there, all confidence was gone. She just kept messing up. She just kept messing up, and I felt so bad. And
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, I think if you're gonna sign a WWE wrestler and you're gonna throw them in the fire like this, I think it's great because long term wise, I mean, Jane's gonna be solid, right? She's thrown
Yeah.
into the fire here, but we also can't hold her to Bianca Belair type status, right? Like Bianca Belair, dude, has been wrestling. She's been in the main event picture. I don't think it's fair for people to hold Jade, up to Bianca as far as like wrestling talent goes. I think she had a bad match. It happens. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. Like you said, the aura is still there for me. This was the worst match that I have seen from Jade, though, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, every single match I'm thinking of that she's been in recently, there's always those mess ups. And you could see
There's
it really does fuck
there's
with her
been a couple,
confidence.
yeah.
And yeah, like none of them has been like this. Like this one was a very noticeable one. The other ones,
Yes.
it's just like if you're really watching, you can see that shit. But
She never recovered from
she
this
never
rope
recovered.
spot.
She
She
never
never recovered
recovered.
because after that, she messed up with like I think there was a spot where she fell. She fell in the ring. And then there was a spot where I think Shayna got her in a choke. And I think she was trying to tell Shayna like looson up, but
Yeah.
the camera caught it, and so then fucking Michael Cole and Corey Graves say, "Did she tap? Did she tap?" Like they're just drawing more attention to the spot. I think she was trying to tell Shane like loosen up. And yeah, it just didn't look like she recovered at all. But overall, I mean, it was an okay match. I just feel bad for Jade.
Nah, bro. Shayna knew what she was doing. She said, God, bro. Fucking
I mean,
she's like, I need a piece.
yeah, I just think she's in a hard. I think Jade is in a hard spot because she doesn't have that much wrestling talent, but they're throwing her into the fire because she's just one of. She's. I don't want to say she's like Bill Goldberg, but she's a freaking specimen. Like she's a specimen that you can't have in NXT. Like you want to put on TV right away.
She's stiff.
She's just very stiff, and I think that's just something that's gonna come from getting in the ring a lot of times. But the problem is that she's like in a spot where she's not wrestling every week. And I think she needs to be. But it's like, how do you do that? And I think her going single does help that. Because now you can have her work. If she's not gonna be on SmackDown, she can be before SmackDown. She can be after SmackDown. She can be during SmackDown. Like her being single now by herself, I think opens the door for her to get more matches.
I honestly never watched any of her matches from AEW, so I have no
Me
idea how
either.
she was in that. But the matches I have seen with some of the female talent, some of them you can tell are also very stiff. And it's almost like it was just, they were never, because WWE is a total different beast. So they're almost like perfection is key. AEW, it almost seems like, because I mean, we've said countless times on here, we don't watch AEW. So I'm just speaking out my ass. But it's almost like they were just like, it looked good enough. But that shit don't fly here with WWE. So the good enough stuff isn't working. So I can see. I mean, we said it before that her and Bianca teaming up was a genius idea. But now with them losing the titles, the single run, we're really going to find out what she's made out of.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's not working. I just think it's like she's trying, and it's not like she's botching these simple moves. I mean, she's doing good. She's trying to do good moves, and you could see where the vision is. It's just very fast paced, and it's just something that you gotta figure out. Not everyone is a Logan Paul, right? Like
Well,
not
yeah.
not everyone learns it that fast. So I think she's going to come along. Someone on Twitter said though that they're happy that she's going by herself because she needs to be in the title picture, and I couldn't disagree more. She is not ready for the title picture. She is not ready to go one-on-one with Bailey. She's not ready to go one-on-one with Bianca. She's not ready to do that type of stuff. I think, I don't know where you go with her now, but I assume she'll be in the Money in the Bank. But she is not ready to be main event, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see her going against Charlotte when Charlotte returns.
Yeah,
That's top tier right there.
I mean, I still have full faith, and I still have full faith that she's gonna get better. I'm just saying this was the worst match that I saw. I hope her confidence isn't down because I'm sure this happens. But I mean, it just sucks because this happened on a Premier Live event and not on an episode of SmackDown.
No, most definitely. I mean, yeah, I know that this isn't going to be her style from now to the end of her career. She's going to get better. I have no doubt in my mind that her future is bright. But as of right now, in the time we're in, it's just like,
yeah, she just keeps messing up. But yeah, we got new tag champions, which is good. I think Bianca and Jay need to be away from that picture. They need to be in a different picture. And then third match, we had Sammy.
Oh wait, first off, we got to say who the champions are.
Oh, Isla Fire,
Isla Dawn, and
Isla Dawn, and yeah, this is why I didn't want. I don't know why you're putting us in this situation. I was trying to avoid this situation because I can't remember their names, and so now say it, bro. You want to say their names? Say it.
Isla Dawn and
Alba Fire.
Something. Yeah, Alba Fire. Yeah,
I think so.
I couldn't remember the first name. I knew Fire.
I couldn't remember their names either. But yeah, we got new tag champions. Everybody knows who they are. So now we look disrespectful as fuck.
Well, you know what's even more disrespectful is it's not. I think last time I said, I think even Dawn or whatever, I mispronounced her name the 2 weeks ago or the week before. And then when they were saying when Michael Cole was saying it, I was like, oh, I knew I said it wrong.
To be fair, they haven't been on TV much since they got called up to the main roster. So yeah, I just go blank on their names a lot. Like they just haven't really, their names haven't sunk in yet. But yes, they're the tag team champions. Moving on, we got fucking what's his face, Sami Zayn, and now I'm going blank on Chad Gable. Chad Gable. Yes. Are you upset that Chad Gable is still not Intercontinental Champion?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna pull it off. I thought he was gonna get it.
What's his third try? Is this third or second? Third.
He did.
They had one match on Raw. They had one match on Raw.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Then they fought at Crown Jewel or King Queen of the Ring, and then here third try.
Okay, I thought you were talking about overall IC. I'm like, oh, he's been trying.
No, yeah, with Sammy.
Yeah, with Sammy.
A lot of people think he's not getting another chance. I personally think him and Sammy are running it back at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that's where he gets the job done.
But does he get the job done with Otis on his side, or do you think
he gets the job done with the Creed brothers?
Okay. So do you think the turn? I really thought the turn was going to be at a premium live event because they always like having those shocking moments here in premium live events. I didn't see it happening on just
what you're talking about, the turn with Otis.
Yes, when Otis finally turns on him. I mean, he got in his face on this one, but I really thought this was going to be the one where he turns on him and everyone goes crazy.
I told you that I didn't see that happening at a Premier Live event. I told you that I see that happening at a Raw, and I'll still stick with that. You're right. I think people will be so excited when Otis finally turns on Chad, but I personally see it happening on a Raw, and I see the Creed brothers and him joining forces, Money in the Bank, and they help Sammy win, and then we get full Team Gable.
That boy looked like he was ready to murder someone after that match.
Yeah, I mean, the way that he looked after, the way that the camera focused in on him, that just let me show he finally knows he's not getting the job done with Otis and what's her face, and
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, he's not getting the job done there, so he's gonna go. We've already seen little snippets of him talking to the Creed brothers. We saw him talking to the girl that's with the Creed brothers.
I was trying to remember her name right now.
I'm so bad with the names, so. Don't take it personal with anybody. If you're two of our viewers and you're still listening, don't take it personal because I'm so bad with names. But I think that's what's happening at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. I could see that happening. I'm telling you, yeah, I really thought he was gonna get it done with this one.
Yeah. We didn't do predictions just because we were busy. I was studying for a test. But honestly, I don't know who I would have picked. I know. I guess I didn't really think about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're asking me third try, I would assume Chad would win. But no, I think it's happening at Money in the Bank personally.
Yeah. I'm about to say for the predictions, I probably would have said Sammy, just because Otis would have cost it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
had full. Like, I would have put money saying that Otis was going to turn, and that crowd would have lost their shit. Just Otis getting in his face, that crowd popped off,
Yeah.
dude. And I love the fact that every single time Otis has those little moments where he kind of stands up to Chad always almost like just, oh, Jay, bro.
Yeah.
okay, I get
What's
it.
What's funny is he does that, but yet this motherfucker slaps him in the face all the time
Every
and whoops him
week.
with the belt and whoops him with the belt. And I'm over here thinking, so you're not scared of him then, but then you're scared when I don't know. Yeah, but I think Money in the Bank they run it back. I don't think it'll be a normal match. I think it'll be like a street fight, some type of thing to get people involved. And then we had Bailey retain against Piper Niven,
Yeah.
which was
I did
kind
not
of an
see.
underwhelming match.
I completely agree with you. I did not see Piper winning on that one. Even though it was in her home country, I just didn't see it happening. I knew Bailey was going to retain. The ending, it was okay, just a roll up, whatever.
Yep. I feel like the women championships are in a weird situation right now where it's like they don't have a clear picture of where they're going.
Yeah, I mean, going off of Bailey, but going to Liv. I mean, I guarantee the motivation was going to be something with Rhea, but that ain't happening right now. So
Mhm.
now you have Liv freaking trying to get at Dom this whole time, which fucking. So it's just like don't know what to do with that situation right now. No, I mean, are they teasing any? I don't know.
I guess her and Selena Vega. Do we? I
Uh,
mean, like that is the situation that Raw is in right now. That is the situation that Raw is in. And then SmackDown, Bailey doesn't have a good heel to go against. Bianca Belair's a face. Jade Cargill's a face.
Naomi.
Tiffany Stratton, I guess, but they don't. Naomi's a face. Tiffany Stratton, I guess, but it's kind of. I mean, her obviously she's going against Nia Jax at SummerSlam, so we gotta wait for that. But Liv Morgan, I don't know. I don't know who you give her, and she's clearly got to be on Money in the Bank. She's got to be, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't on this show.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
So she's got to be on the Money in the Bank. I assume it's her and Selena Vega, personally.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a
But
squash.
even then, I mean, yeah, it's like cool.
No disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect, but it's like, it's kind of like when she fought Rhea.
I was thinking the same thing. Did anyone really expect that? I get it.
Yeah,
She was in. They were in Puerto Rico. I get it. She,
Yes.
it was real emotional. She brought out the flag and everything. But did anyone really expect her to win?
Yeah. Overall, though, solid show. I kind of don't like how we're getting these every 3 weeks, though. Was it like that before? I feel like it was
Nope.
just once a month. Maybe once every 2 months sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was once every 2 months.
The fact that this is every 3 weeks is kind of getting a little tiresome. I don't know if it's just me or I just feel like, God damn, another Premier Live. Like they're so fast.
Yeah, it happens so fast, especially whenever you sent me the whole, in 3 weeks we're getting Money in the Bank. I'm like, okay,
I'm on call. I'm on call for work every 3 weeks. So every time I'm on call, there's a Premier Live event, and that's just crazy. Like I don't ever remember a time where it was every 3 weeks. But I guess that just goes to show how hot WWE is right now.
100%. And then they showed that we're getting Crown Jewel coming back in November? Is that what it said?
Yeah, I think so. Hey,
Something
what do
like
you Bad Blood? Rumors are that they're bringing Bad Blood pay-per-view back. We need it. We need it, bro. We need it. I remember the Bad Blood pay-per-views when I was younger. I thought it was so cool. The one I remember is when Triple H fought Shawn Michaels. I think they fought in a Hell in a Cell, and then he also fought Batista, I believe, at Bad Blood in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We need Bad Blood back to fully let us know we are out of the PG era.
Yeah, we need Bad Blood back. We need the Great American Bash, New Year's Resolution,
Judgment Day,
Armageddon.
Yeah. What are the other ones?
No
I
Mercy.
think those are the main ones, right? No Mercy,
SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Those are already there, but I'm trying to think. Vengeance.
Yep.
What's another one?
I think you named them pretty much all. No Mercy was a SmackDown pay-per-view. Judgment Day was a SmackDown pay-per-view.
Armageddon was both.
Armageddon was Raw. Well, it was both, I think, but then I think it ended up being Raw
Okay.
towards the end of it. Bad Blood was Raw.
Mm-hmm.
New
New Year's Revolution was
Raw.
What?
Yeah.
What was another one? I'm also trying to think of all the DVDs I have.
Yeah, so am I. I think those are the main ones, bro. Back then with the roster split, the only ones that they were conjoined for an Armageddon, but I think towards the end Armageddon was Raw. Like when Triple H fought Kane and Goldberg, I think that was a Raw pay-per-view. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was a Raw pay-per-view.
The only conjoined ones was just Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and Mania, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Rumble. Duh. We're forgetting about Rumble.
Yeah, the big four were conjoined.
Yeah.
But the other ones were SmackDown and then Raw.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there's talent to go back to that, but I'm fine with it just being by itself.
Yeah, because even NXT has a couple of them.
Yeah.
I feel like NXT has Great American Bash, right? But they don't call it Great American. It's the Great Bash or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Some stupid shit.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. I mean, we're getting closer and closer to SummerSlam. I assume after Money in the Bank, then we'll finally. I don't think we're getting The Rock. Rock's not happening at SummerSlam.
Rock's injured. We had the Solo thing come out.
Yeah, I was gonna mention. I think the plan is Solo versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Lame.
Which, yeah, the more and more that we don't see Cody versus Rock, the more and more we're getting to the point where it's probably gonna happen at Mania.
I got on this this thing on TikTok where it's just nothing but Roman Reigns. And because I mean, obviously, my TikTok is a lot of WWE shit too, a lot of superheroes, movies, whatever, but a lot more of Roman Reigns specifically. And this person just did they utilized a full 10 minutes of some of his best entrances. And my favorite part is just the beginning of his theme. Because that first pop, when that camera shows that crowd, and then it instantly goes to like the stage.
Yeah.
That crowd loves him. And all I keep on thinking is when that surprise happens and he comes back, that crowd is going to lose their shit. I'm gonna have a tear in my eye with the one in the air, bro. My tribal chief is back.
Isn't it crazy how much we miss him? And what's funny is we weren't getting him every week anyways. We were getting him every 4 weeks or so. Sometimes he'd be there sometimes multiple weeks in a row, but he'd be gone for 4 weeks at a time, 5 weeks at a time. But now that he's not here, dude, it's just like it just doesn't feel the same. SmackDown when he was there was a top show for sure. Top show for sure. And I think it's still better than Raw personally, but it just feels auraless. Like the aura doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, Jay doesn't cover it.
Yeah. Cody doesn't cover it.
Unfortunately, I don't. Yeah, I don't
doesn't
feel the same like I did before with Cody.
Yep. With Roman, SmackDown just had an aura, and now that he's gone, dude, it just doesn't feel the same. It just doesn't. And maybe it's because he's a bad guy. I just think we were fully living in history, and I think that's why. And now that it's over, it's kind of just like, where do we go from here? But I mean, big picture here, Cody, I think, is reuniting his feud with the Bloodline.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah.
Thugs.
I guess the way we can look at it though, is the more longer they keep Randy and Cody away from each other could mean that we get that at Mania, hopefully.
I mean, he was staring a little hard at that title.
Yeah, he was. But if Cody and Solo run at SummerSlam, then one would assume, I guess they could fight at Survivor Series. I don't know, dude. I just don't want. I know I've said it multiple times. I just don't want Cody and Rock to fight at SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Okay, I was like, bro, that's what you were calling for.
No, yes, I want them to fight at SummerSlam. I don't want them to fight at WrestleMania because I want The Rock and Roman to fight at WrestleMania.
I mean, The Rock said that he still wants Roman, basically. Or he's saying that that's the big picture.
Yeah, he knows that they have it in their back pocket.
Yeah, but especially with this injury on set of his movie right now, who knows
Yeah.
where the
Did
timeline's
they
gonna
have
go?
did they have to stop filming for that?
I have no idea. But that injury, I mean, it's all on his elbow.
I
I
saw
think
I saw it. It was bruised.
yeah.
But
But
anything else?
nope. That I'm excited for House of Dragons tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. There's not really any movies coming out, right?
Inside Out comes out this week.
Oh,
Bike Riders. Were you want to watch that?
I do want to watch that, but also Quiet Place 3 comes out the end of this month. I'll be on vacation the week that it comes out, but
shit, okay.
I'll be on vacation the week that it comes out, but we'll obviously have to go see it the next week probably.
That's fine.
But yeah, that movie comes out. I do want to see that. And then it's just if we're in the home stretch to fucking Deadpool, bro.
Yeah. Do we have time to do a rewind?
For what, next week?
Yeah.
I could probably squeeze it. So I leave for vacation
You
Sunday.
said you said Sunday. So would you have time?
So yeah. So my plan was we'll still film Saturday.
Okay.
Knock that out. Yeah. I mean, I'm not studying anymore for my test, so I should be fine. But I'm also watching. I need to watch The Boys though.
Mm.
I'm gonna prioritize The Boys over Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But if I can squeeze it in, then yes, we could do it.
All right. So to be determined.
Yeah.
So
if we don't have anything else to talk about, if we don't have anything else to talk about next week, we'll do that.
All right. So for those listening all the way up to this point, if you hear a Lord of the Rings review next week, then we did it. If not, we didn't.
Yeah. But all right, bro. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Catch you guys next week.
All right. Later.